Okay, so get this, listeners. Today, we're diving deep all the way to Uganda.
That's right.
And we're not just going on safari, though. That does sound pretty amazing right about now.
Maybe another time.
Uh-huh, yeah. But no, seriously, we're digging into this really cool source, the Compendium of Investment and Business Opportunities in Uganda, Volume 2.
Catchy title, right.
Super catchy, very official. But you know what I love about it? It lays out like a whole roadmap for anyone looking to start a business in Uganda.
Exactly. And Uganda's really making a push for investment right now. They're saying, hey, world, come check out our amazing economy. We're open for business.
Right. And it's not just like one or two industries either. We're talking 11 different sectors they highlight in this thing.
Talk about variety.
Okay, so I was skimming through it, and we've got all the usual suspects, right? Agriculture, trade, mining.
Foundation of any economy.
But then, boom, oil and gas.
It's got that too, yeah.
Hold up, Uganda has oil. See, this is why I love these deep dives. Always learning something new. Okay, what else? Health, tourism, infrastructure. They even have education and forestry in here.
And don't forget the social sector. That one's particularly interesting.
Oh, yeah, what's up with that? Social businesses. It's kind of, I don't know, vague.
Well, think of it this way. It's all about businesses that address social challenges. You know, things that make a real difference in people's lives. But here's the key. They do it in a way that's also profitable. So like healthcare access, education, clean water.
Okay, now you're talking. I'm all about that doing good while doing well kind of thing.
Right. It's a win-win.
All right, so before we get too deep into all that good stuff, let's rewind to that oil and gas thing. I got to know more about this.
It's pretty fascinating. So apparently Uganda is sitting on an estimated 6.5 billion barrels of oil.
No way.
Yeah, that's what the compendium says. It puts them in the top 5 oil-rich countries in Africa. But here's the thing. It's a relatively new discovery. So they're still in the early stages of figuring out how to develop it.
Oh, I bet. I mean, 6.5 billion barrels.
Yeah.
That's a lot of responsibility, right?
Exactly. And they're really emphasizing responsible development, too, which is great. They're looking for partners who can help them extract the oil in a sustainable way while also making sure it benefits the Ugandan people.
So what does that look like in terms of like actual business opportunities?
Well, for starters, think about all the infrastructure they're going to need. Pipelines, refineries, transportation systems.
Right, the whole shebang.
Yep. But it goes beyond just the physical stuff, too. There's a huge need for expertise, for technology, for training local workers to handle these new industries. I mean, you've got an entire ecosystem that needs to be built up around this oil discovery.
So for someone with, let's say, an engineering background or maybe experience in logistics, there's a place for them in Uganda's oil boom.
Absolutely. And not just engineers and logistics folks. Think about environmental scientists, project managers, educators. The list goes on.
Okay, wow, that's a lot to think about.
It is, yeah.
Well, how about we take a little break from all this heavy industry stuff and talk about something a bit more, shall we say, relaxing?
Sounds good to me. What did you have in mind?
Let's talk tourism. Uganda is known for its incredible wildlife, right? Gorillas, safaris.
Oh, yeah, it's a nature lover's paradise. But the tourism sector there is actually way more diverse than just safaris. The compendium highlights a lot of potential for ecotourism ventures, especially.
Ecotourism. So like sustainable travel.
Exactly. Think about developing unique experiences that benefit local communities, promote conservation, and minimize environmental impact. There's a real push for responsible tourism in Uganda, and it's attracting a lot of interest from investors.
So what are we talking about here? Like building eco-lodges or maybe organizing cultural tours that go beyond the typical safari experience?
That's the idea. There's also potential for adventure tourism, you know, things like hiking, whitewater rafting, even mountain biking. Uganda has such a diverse landscape, there's really something for everyone.
Okay, you've officially convinced me. I'm adding Visit Uganda to my bucket list.
Do it. You won't regret it.
All right, back to business. We talked oil and gas, we talked tourism. What about that social sector? I'm still really curious about that.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that. So basically, this sector is all about businesses that are focused on making a positive social impact, but they also have to be profitable, right?
Yeah, that's the whole idea, right? Doing good and doing well at the same time.
Exactly. So we're talking about addressing things like healthcare access, education, clean water, financial inclusion, all these crucial needs that exist in Uganda, but also in many other parts of the world.
Okay, but like, what does that actually look like? What kind of businesses could I actually start in this sector?
Well, for example, you could invest in a microfinance institution.
Microfinance.
Yeah, providing small loans and financial services to people who might not have access to traditional banking. This can be a game changer, especially for women entrepreneurs in Uganda.
Oh, I see. Empowering women to start their own businesses. That's awesome.
Right. Or maybe you're passionate about education. You could support the development of an educational technology platform that reaches kids in rural communities who might not have access to good schools.
Hmm. Like online learning, but tailored specifically for Uganda.
Exactly. Or maybe you're thinking healthcare. There's a huge need for affordable and accessible healthcare in Uganda, so you could invest in setting up a network of health clinics in underserved areas. Or perhaps you focus on clean water initiatives, bringing safe drinking water to communities that lack it.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture. There are so many different ways to make a difference in this sector.
And that's just scratching the surface. It's a sector that's really ripe for innovation and creativity, and it's attracting a lot of impact investors who are looking to do well while also doing good.
Okay, so wow, we covered a lot of ground today. From oil rigs to eco-lodges to microfinance. It's clear that Uganda has a ton of potential, no matter what kind of business you're interested in.
Absolutely. And what's so cool is that all these different sectors are interconnected. A thriving tourism industry helps support local agriculture. The growth in oil and gas leads to infrastructure development that benefits other industries. And the social sector provides essential services that improve everyone's lives.
So it's like a big interconnected web of opportunity.
Exactly. It's exciting to think about the positive ripple effects that could happen as all these sectors grow and develop.
Well, if any of this has sparked your interest, and let's be honest, how could it not? We'll link to the full compendium in the show notes. Go check it out, do some research, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next big entrepreneur in Uganda.
That's what we love to hear. And just imagine, what kind of positive impact could you make by starting a business in Uganda? Something to think about.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, keep exploring.